In this video, I will introduce the concept of slope, and also I will show you how to find the slope of between 2 points. Okay, so what is the slope? Slope is steepness of a line. So steepness, do you see that I have a picture and then I have a purple line? And then this purple line is represented by y equals to 2 over 3x plus 0. So in this equation, a is equals to 2 over 3 and b is equals to 0. Slope is very important in statistics. So the slope of this equation is 2 over 3. Slope is the steepness. Let me show you what steepness is in a minute. And then the intercept, I will let the y-intercept be 0 equals to 0. As you can see, the intercept 0 equals to 0 comma 0 is at the origin. So what is 2 over 3? So 2 over 3, do you see that there are multiple points on a line? And then what is the pattern between these points? So the pattern is, let's say we start at a point at the origin, 0 comma 0. So to get to the next line, to get to the next point, you have to go 3 units to the right and then 2 units up. So 3 units to the right and then 2 units up. So that is what the pattern is. So every time you go to the next point, you have to go 3 units to the right and then 2 units up. You want to go to the next point, you go 3 units right, 2 units up. So that is what the pattern is. And other than that, so if you stand at the origin and then you want to go to the left side, easy, you go 2 units down and then 3 units left. So this 3 and then 2 is the pattern of this line. So we call that the slope. So the slope, let's say you have 2 points, x1, y1 and x2, y2. So what do I mean by 2 points? So 2 point is you have a 1 point right here, right? You have 1 point right here. You call that a point 1 and a point 2. So to sketch a straight line, the basic ingredient is you need 2 points. So you have 2 points, you connect them, then you get a straight line, right? And then you can use the equations right here to measure the slope of this straight line, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, and then in algebra the slope we call it a m. So that's why sometimes the linear equation is y equals to mx plus b. M is the slope. So y2 minus y1 describes the rise in this equation, which is the 2. So you go 2 units up, right? So you rise 2 units up, and then the run is 3. You run 3 units to the right and then you rise 2 units up. So the x2 minus x1 is called a run. So the rise is called vertical change, and then the run is called horizontal change. And that is how you use this formula to find the slope of a straight line. So the basic ingredient is you give me 2 points and then I plug in the x and y to the formula to tell you the slope of these two lines, of the slope between these 2 points. And then there are 4 types of slope. So the first 2 types are positive slope, which is going uphill. So if you look at the graph, that is what uphill looks like. And then negative slope is going downhill. So in the pictures right there, I gave you a slope of going downhill. And then also we have a zero slope. Zero slope is horizontal line. In statistics, you will have to use a positive slope and negative slope in a very important chapter called linear regression. You don't need to worry about that chapter yet. And also you need to know how to use the zero slope, which is using a horizontal line, in a chapter called uniform distribution. And then the 4th type, you won't see that in statistics, is called the undefined slope. So vertical line has undefined slope because we are not able to measure how steep the line is. So just like driving or riding a bicycle, so positive slope is going uphill. You are spending a lot of energy to ride your bike to go uphill, right? Negative slope, you don't need to spend a lot of energy. You let go of the brake and then the bike will just go downhill, right? And then zero slope, you are riding on a horizontal line, so you have to, if you don't do anything, the bike won't go forward. If you ride the bike a little bit, the bike will go forward. And then undefined slope, there is no way to ride a bike like that. If you insist to do so, it will just do like a free fall, right? So 4 types: positive uphill, negative downhill, zero is a horizontal line, and then undefined is a vertical line. Okay, so in the next page, I have some exercise for you. So what I have right here is I have 2 points, point P and point Q. I want you to calculate the slope and then sketch the straight line for me. So here is how the math works. So we have M stands for slope. That is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And then you can label the points. You can call this x1, y1 and then x2, y2. So y2 minus y1, then that will be 2 minus negative 6. x2 minus x1, then that will be 3 minus negative 4. So 2 minus minus, then that will be a plus, right? 2 plus 6 is a 10, and then 3 plus 4 is equals to 7. So that is the slope, and then you plot the point, negative 4, negative 6. And then the other point is 3 comma 2. And then you connect them. And also you extend the line, right? So you extend the line. How do you see the pattern? So to find out the pattern, so here is how we do it. So this is rise over run, right? So that means we run 7 units to the right from point A to point B. From point A to point B, we run 7 units to the right. If you count, that is exactly 7 units. And then you go 10 units up. So that is 10 divided by 7, which is rise over run. And then is there another way to do the rise over run? Yes, there is another way to do it. So let me switch over to another color. Another way to do it is you go 10 units up and then you go 7 units right. So this is the concept is like just go from point A to point B. There are 2 routes you can go. You either go right up or you go up right. So just like 2 ways to go home from point A to point B, from school to home. There are 2 ways to walk. Either you go 7 units to the right and then 10 units up, or you go 10 units right and then 7 units up. Either way will bring you home. Okay, so that's the first problem. And then the next one, okay, one question that students ask me all the time is, can I call the second point 1 the first point as point 2? The answer is absolutely yes. You can call this x2y, you can call this x1y1 and then call this x2y2. If you call the p x1y1 the q x2y2, that is completely fine. We will end up with the same answer. So the slope is equals to y2 minus y1. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Write the formula out. That helps you to memorize the formula. So that is a 6 minus 1 divided by 3. 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 divided by negative 5 minus 3. So 6 minus 1 is 5. Negative 3. 5 minus 3 is negative 8. So this time the slope is negative, so that the line is going to go downhill. Okay, negative 5, 6. So negative 5, 6 is right here. And then 3, 1 is right here. You sketch a straight line to connect them. So do you see that the line is going downhill because the slope is negative? The previous problem, the slope is positive. That's why the line is going downhill. And then how do you see the pattern? So to see the pattern, so here is how we do it from point P to point Q. So point P to point Q. So this is a rise over run. So we go 5 units down and then we go 8 units to the right. So this is a 5, this is a 8, or you go 8 units to the right and then you go 5 units down. Either way works. Either way works. All right, so that's how we do the second one. And then let's take a look at the 2 on the bottom. So the first one we have is x1, y1, x2, y2. So we have y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So y2 is negative 4 minus negative 4. And then x2 is negative 5 minus 3. So the top is negative 4 plus 4. So you get a 0 divided by negative 8. That is equals to 0. So when the slope is equals to 0, then we have a horizontal line, right? So horizontal line, let's check that out. 3, negative 4. And then negative 5, negative 4. See, we have a horizontal line, and then you can extend the line to the right and then extend the line to the left. So that gives you a horizontal line. And then the next one, the last one must be a vertical line, right? Because I want to give you one of each. So the last one, we have the slope x1, y1, x2, y2. So we have y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, 0 minus negative 3, negative 5 minus itself. So 0 minus minus is a plus. Negative 5 plus 5 is a 0. 3 divided by 0. Please don't tell me that equals to 0. 0 can never be a divisor when you have a non-zero divided by 0. So this quantity is undefined. If you don't trust me, try this on your calculator. 3 divided by 0 is undefined. So what happened when we have that? Then we have a vertical line. So let's prove that. So negative 5, negative 3. And also negative 5, 0. See, we have a vertical line. So in this vertical line, the slope is undefined. So we have undefined slope because the line is vertical. And don't forget, every time you use an xy plane, I want you to get used to this habit. Always label the x-axis. I have been doing this so many times. I don't need to do the label and I will get the answer right. But if this is your first time using an xy plane, please label the x and the y axis. Alright, so that will be the end of this video. If you think my instruction is helpful, please let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, share this video out. Let me help more and more people. Appreciate your help a lot. I will see you all in the next lesson. In the next lesson, I will show you how to use a point and a slope to sketch a straight line. Alright, I see you there.